Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I've got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
And welcome everybody to our daily gun show. We come to you live every night at midnight Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Pacific for about an hour each night. We'll do 3 gun-related topics, different topics throughout the week. We plan out those on Monday, so if you want to be part of the creation of the show, join us on Mondays or email us anytime, dailygunshow@gmail.com. We run the show live on YouTube and simulcast it over at gunchannels.com, where we're watching the comments from the people that watch the show live. We're also watching the YouTube side. We'll take some of the shows and post the audio up on iTunes as a podcast. So appreciate everybody that listens to the show now or in the future, especially those that leave us feedback, that send us emails, and use the platforms where you listen to the show to subscribe and like the shows, leave comments, all those interactions with the platforms. Let us know you're out there, but they also let the shows be recommended to more listeners. It's one of our goals, so we do appreciate that. I should also say we're live on Instagram as well, so thanks to everybody who's joining us there. We do these shows as an exercise in new media, so use the comments and be part of the show. We have hosts. Bob's jumping in from Canada. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, glad to be here. I wish I was down there.
Soon. We got Jimmy jumping in from Phoenix.
Hey, good to be here.
And I'm down here in Tucson. So we got people watching from all over the place. Thanks for showing up and watching live. We are on episode number, where are we at? 477. It's Tuesday, so we'll be talking about Second Amendment issues. It also happens to be the second day of the month, which is when we've been getting together for the last 4 years plus now, talk about Second Amendment issues. We had a show a little bit earlier. Also, Ghost talked about it a bit on his show. Oops, I'm assuming Hit or Miss did as well. And we'll probably talk about it here a little bit as well, because it's the Second Amendment Day. But specifically, we're going to talk about state bans on hollow point ammo and the state of West Virginia, the gun laws in West Virginia. Every day we do things like a gun shop of the day, a gun show of the day, some other things. But before we dig into it, usually we take a break at the beginning to talk about whatever happened overnight, or I guess during the day.
I got nothing.
Oh, I'm muted. So it's Every Second Matters. So we had that happening today. And I was asking muted there, if everything that you texted me about went down okay. Jimmy? I didn't get a chance to ask you before the show.
Oh, yeah. She's fine. She's doesn't have strep, but she got antibiotics and stuff like that, so she'll be all right. Wife's sick, dog's sick. I tried to escape, but they woke up.
All right, looks like Clover just ended over there, so we'll dig in. So Second Amendment issues. Are state bans on hollow point ammo constitutional? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
All right, we'll go on to the next topic.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to talk about with that. I was actually just watching one of the coolest movies I've ever seen over on the Amazon. It's called, I put it in the chat earlier. It's called I gotta go find it. It was a movie with Ice-T as the narrator. Is it going to tell me what I just watched? How do I find out what I just watched on Amazon?
I don't know. You're supposed to remember that.
Maybe I should look where things that Ice-T has narrated. So somebody tell me that's watching, what's the name of the show that Ice-T is the narrator of?
Clovertack says it's How Stella Got Her Groove Back, probably.
No, it's like...
Oh.
I just typed out, I guess I'll go to the lobby.
Assaulted, civil rights under fire, 2013.
Yeah, thanks. Who said that?
Zero data.
Thanks. So yeah, this thing is called Assaulted, Our Rights Under Fire, or Rights Under Fire. And
Thanks.
it's, here it is. Boom. So if I can do this, right? This isn't copywriting. Oh, am I screen sharing?
Nope.
No.
Put people on. Yeah, so let me screen share this monitor. So this is what it looks like over on Amazon. And then called Assaulted, Civil Rights Under Fire, and narrated by Ice-T. It's from 2013. So it's basically in response to the 23 executive actions that were trying to happen. And wow, what a well-made thing. I can't believe I missed this thing. This thing is awesome. Anyway, they actually do make an interesting point about Heller. And the Heller isn't all good necessarily. It's actually people on both sides have a big jolly about it because it would suggest that a state ban on hollow point ammunition would in fact be constitutional. Heller basically says something to the effect of state laws wouldn't infringe on our right to, or our Second Amendment, basically. So if I'm understanding it correctly. So anyway, I guess that's trying to tie in something I just seen here with that concept that, although it's easy to say, yeah, dismiss it as, sure, it's unconstitutional. If it's a state constitution, that's what we're talking about, or I guess potentially the state laws that amend or reasonably restrict, or whatever the hell their word terminologies are.
I would say that that's unconstitutional across the board, but I mean,
Yeah, we need to have a lawyer or somebody in here to be able to give us a better insight on that, I guess. So I guess we'll just leave it at, yeah, it's unconstitutional then. Trying to be devil's advocate, but don't have the ambition. So let's move on to
the hard one.
We got a wild card topic. Somebody wants to throw something out there. We'll dig into some of the other things and we'll watch the chat and then we can chat about whatever. I don't think we have a guest on tonight. So between the first and second segment, we do like to feature one of the members over on Gun Channels. And today it's going to be Midnight Range, one of the Travises. And again, one of the active members recently on the YouTube chats and then on the Gun Channels as well. And bringing an interesting spin to it by doing what he's interested in, which is the food stuff, along with the firearms and stuff. So.
Oh wait, Midnight Range is one of the Travises?
Adding a nice flavor to the yeah, at first he was the other Travis. He was one of the second Travises to show up, I think.
Yeah, in or around that, somewhere in there.
There's just so many out there. Who'd have known? It's weird.
Yeah, but definitely a good spin on the whole gun stuff and food. It's, yeah, I'm digging it so far, for sure.
He's a different fella. Yeah. Now that I know he's a Travis, that explains a lot.
Yeah, you get over it after a while.
I kind of like him, actually, even if he is a bit too much of a foodie.
A bunch of the Travises got together for some sort of I don't know what kind of event it was, but here's a picture of it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Wonder if they all have the same dad. That's why they're all named Travis.
Because all Bob's kids are named Bob.
Josh.
All right, so let's keep moving on. And again, we'll be looking out there for a wild card topic if anybody wants to throw one out. And we'll close this out and jump over. Where did my YouTube one go? Wild card topic. There it is. What do we want to move into? What do we want to jump into here?
I got the state of the state pulled up if you want to get into it, but we could do something else.
We might as well.
Yeah.
Today we're doing, where the hell did it go? Oh, West Virginia. So I think this is a neat one because I only went to West Virginia at all because I wanted to go to the technology branch. The ATF has different roles and responsibilities, and one of them is to both, I guess you'd say, enforce and regulate the NFA items, and that's done through the technology branch, I think, or at least a lot of it, and that's where the Form 1s and 4s go. And I had seen a thing back in 2012. I think it was early 2012 when Silencer Co. helped create the American Suppressor Association, and they went there, did an excellent video back then going into the technology branch, and that I didn't even know that was possible. So that's the kind of stuff YouTube can do. Once I knew that was a thing to be done, we started moving towards getting our asses there, and that's when Haas and I jumped in the cop car and drove from Tucson to DC in order to do that. They didn't let us in, and we didn't get over to the actual technology branch because it turns out that it's nowhere near DC at all. It's hours away in the middle of West Virginia. So when I got back up there this year, I made a point to drive past there, and that's why I was in West Virginia. So now we're going to talk about, and since we're talking about the states in order that we hit them on the tour, that's why we're talking about West Virginia here.
Is West Virginia the mountain home?
Huh? It sort of wraps around the Appalachians.
Okay.
A lot of the Civil War battles were there, like in a kind of, I don't know how, I don't remember why it went to West Virginia from Virginia or not. I think it was when Virginia got chopped up, but it might, I don't know what that was back then.
Wasn't that where the first rednecks came from, was West Virginia?
Rednecks or miners, right?
Yeah.
Probably then. Yeah, a lot of coal and stuff there, I think.
Yeah. Actually,
let's just assume that rednecks come from West Virginia. That's what this show's all about. Education.
Yeah.
Rednecks. Labeling people. Oh, we're labeling people. Oh. We'll get banned.
All right, so let's get into these gun laws. I was looking over this, pretty impressive here. Not bad at all. So here's some gun laws in West Virginia. Permit to purchase required, no, for long guns and handguns. Firearm registration, also negative. Owner license required, no, on long guns or handguns. Carry permits required, no. As of May 24th, 2016, West Virginia became a constitutional carry state. Any person 21 years or older is legally able to own a handgun, may carry the weapon concealed without need of obtaining a permit. Permit is required for individuals 18 through 20 years old who wish to carry a handgun concealed. Carry permits are still issued on a shall issue basis to anyone who would like one of the two, I don't know, they made a typo there, like one for reciprocity purposes. As of October 2016, there are 37 states that recognize West Virginia permits for those 21 years or older. As for those 35 states, 16 recognize West Virginia permits issued to a person's 18 years or older. Note, 2 of the 37 states don't officially recognize the West Virginia permit, but are constitutional carry states, so no permit is required. Open carry permitted? Yes. For both, for long guns and handguns. State preemption of local restrictions? Yes, for long guns and handguns. Pursuant of the Enrolled Public Act of Senate Bill 317 by the West Virginia Legislature, also signed into law by the Governor Tomblin, the amended provisions of West Virginia Code Section 8-2-5A preempt and preclude municipalities from regulating the carrying of any revolver, pistol, rifle, or shotgun. As a result, a municipality may no longer prohibit open carry of a firearm within its jurisdiction limits. Assault weapon laws, no. NFA weapons restricted, no. Shall certify. They shall certify within 30 days. Background checks required for private sales, no for long guns and handguns.
Man, that sounds good.
Huh?
I got to go to West Virginia.
It's cold, though. That's the only thing.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, maybe on my way back. Spring, it'll probably be warm. And they're only tiny little mountains, right? They're not big mountains.
Yeah, they're hills.
Yeah.
You can see over the top of them.
Oh, yeah. Kind of being somewhere up in the prairies. Bumps on the prairies. Yeah, I know. That sounds really cool. I kind of like it. All right. I'm going to add that to my list of places to live when I move south. Look out, West Virginia.
It's considered to be one of the most scenic states in the nation and several of the most beloved sites in the mountain state center on its natural beauty. Known for its Civil War history, grand resorts, architectural feats, and then they encourage you to set out and explore the state. They might be biased because I'm pretty sure that's the state of West Virginia.
I don't know. It sounds pretty nice. I've always heard it. Like, for some reason, I've always thought West Virginia would be, or just Virginia would be somewhere cool. It's probably got to do with a name.
Yeah, Virginia, but West Virginia's all right.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we got a wild card topic there from Dano, who has a link and decided not to join. Drop wild card topics and sit back and watch the world burn. So unless you guys want to do something else, we'll do Dano's wild card topic. What is the story behind the very first Daily Gun Show?
Damned if I know. Was I there? Oh, I think I was. That was a long time ago, man.
I wasn't there.
We have to go back 477 episodes. No, this is the worst flashback music ever. Hold on. Isn't it flashback? Isn't that the word you'd use to look for the... There we go.
That's not bad.
We have to go back to 400... Oh, that was the shortest flashback music also ever. We have to
Need
go
the
back-
Wayne's World one. The doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
That's what I was looking for, something like that. Maybe this one. No, this is horrible. It sounds like I'm going into battle.
Well, it was. It was our start of the battle against the new information age.
Okay, we're going back 477 episodes, Bob, to the days of the first Daily Gun Show.
Yeah, I was still in Arizona then. Eh?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were like, how are we going to make a lot of money? And then we were like, oh, I know.
Yeah, it wasn't that good an idea, was it? At least
Turned
not
out
if we
we
looked at it
spent
for
a lot of money. Huh?
At least not if we looked at it for that reason.
I'm pretty sure we talked about it the other day. We wanted to build a show up where we could just hit things every day, like the gun shop of the day, and do like tips and I'm all about the keeping gun stuff relevant, right? So I like the calendar, and I wish I had more time to work on the calendar, but I think the calendar is relevant when you talk about things like Colt invented interchangeable parts and was responsible for the Industrial Revolution and basically civilized world, right? Like what?
What's funny is when you're like that, it always reminds me of Hogan's Heroes when they found the Russian pilot and everything had been invented in Russia. Telephone.
I'm just saying, we wouldn't have had a revolver. We wouldn't have had Eli Whitney taking credit for it. And then we wouldn't have had the Industrial Revolution. We'd all be sitting around in muck, probably like in Europe or Canada. But anyhow, so I like the calendar stuff, and I think that's one of the reasons that I wanted to start doing it on a daily basis. And then what we were starting out to do would just be like posts. And then we were encouraging people on the gun channels or on the YouTubes or whoever to do stuff and do it, in 10 minutes or less. And then we would do 3 10-minute things every day. And that would be something like a half an hour, 40-minute show.
Yeah.
And it was basically an encouragement to get people to start contributing to that. And how many did we get? 1, I think.
I think 1, maybe 2. So then it was, okay, well, we'll just have to fill in and hopefully eventually it'll start flowing in and then we'll just sit there and hit play,
But, yeah, it never did actually happen. But yeah, and then it just got to be something we enjoy doing, and it's an exercise that's interesting. And we were doing the podcast thing for a bit more heavily and experimenting with if that works or not. Get another gun podcast out there, open up the barrier to any kind of complexity for other people that want to do it. So many people like to do these things and think they're trying to make $1 million or something. So they either don't have any interest in talking about it, or they just won't talk about steps to get to whatever they did. So I think we did it as an effort to just explore some of the podcasting and the, I guess it was just to do the iTunes and that kind of thing. But we didn't have much success on the iTunes, really. I mean, did okay. All right, well, I guess that's the end of that one.
Well, I mean, let's see. I would say, did we even have real success on iTunes? I mean, I think we did it first because we were one of the first kind of podcasts. I mean, or at least we're really early into the podcast thing.
Oh, I don't think so at all. No.
I think we were the first one that talked about guns exclusively.
Oh, hell no. No, not at all. Dude, come on. There's lots of shows that were on before us. They were super established, and a lot of them were syndicated radio shows, but a lot of them were just YouTube people. We Like Shooting had been up there for a long time, and we just don't podcast. That's the problem, I think. Neither one of us download podcasts very often, and if we do, it's usually off the YouTube version of it. So it's just dealing with something that we're not super fluent with, and I don't know if our sloppy show is all that attractive to people. We didn't care about audio at all. Probably still don't really. Just accidentally do okay audio. But none of us have fancy mics or leveling equipment. We don't edit it or put it through any kind of filters even. In fact, we don't even compress it. For a long time, we were putting up videos or audio files that were dwarfing all the other audio files up there. We paid for it actually within the wallet. And because nobody wanted to download our podcast, till somebody finally said, hey, your podcasts are like 10 times bigger than everybody else's. And then we learned that you don't want to put giant files up there. But there's not a lot, at least I never found a lot of community with the podcasters on there, not let alone the gun ones, but just the podcasters in general. It's such a competitive thing to be on that iTunes thing, it seems.
Yeah.
But that wasn't our main goal. It was a facet of it was to play on that, but I think we were satisfied with the YouTube thing and the Gun Channel's audience, and playing around with the Instagram a bit.
Too true. And I think what happened was we just found that, well, we're not getting those submissions we were hoping for. Let's just keep rolling with it. It's just a little bit of time of our days, and we're all used to being on YouTube anyway. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We like to be on these chats or whatever, and for me at least, this show is an alternative to the topic of the day. I can't stand talking about some of this stuff so often, especially after a big event or an upcoming big event or something, or after SHOT Show or NRA, it'll all be about the stuff again. And this is our reprise from that, where we get to still talk our nerd gun stuff and have some fun, but I'll be pushed around by the topics of the day. Just pushed around by Jimmy.
Yeah, he's trying to push us to do the topics of the day, but so far we've managed to keep him in line.
He wants us to be much more based off the view.
Yeah. Well, that's because he watches it every day, man. I mean, it's just that's what he thinks TV is.
Heart, man.
All right, well, I guess that's enough meta topics.
Yeah.
Meta means now, so I like using that word. All right, so I guess we'll move on to, we did say state already. Do a gun shop of the day?
Well, do we have a gun shop of the day?
Kind of. Doing something a little bit different again. Found this when I was farting around the other day, and I figured I'd play it on here. Some people like to write with a moderately priced, dependable pen made in the United States.
Some people might prefer one that's a little more military flavor, while others are happy to have an inexpensive import as long as it's got a fancy name brand. Some people are looking for all the newest tactical accessories, while some people are only looking for the highest quality German precision. Some people like to play with the newest, fanciest gadgets, while some people use what may not be appropriate but works for their circumstances. Then, of course, you have people that like a dependable #2 pencil. What do all these tools have in common? They allow us to exercise our First Amendment rights. Thanks for watching.
That was interesting.
A little bit different one today.
Mm.
Kind of works with every second matters, I guess.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I watched part of the show, but I had to go to a birthday party, so I couldn't jump in.
Birthday party for the Second Amendment?
No,
Did you go around bullying everybody about Second Amendment issues?
I did.
Happy birthday or whatever, but who cares if this kid's turning 6? Let's talk about the United States Second Amendment.
Kid turning 16, but yeah, 17, I guess. But yeah,
17? What kind of gun did they get?
yeah, they can get one because I didn't buy him one.
Oh, come on. That's what happens when you live in Canada.
Horrible.
Well, yeah, they'd have to get their PAL, so you know.
All right, so that was technically our gun shop of the day. So we're gonna do a movie of the day. Every day we try to talk about a movie. We already talked about that other one, but we're gonna talk about Shooter. Or you guys are.
Mark.
What Shooter is that with Marky Mark?
Yeah.
Actually, that wasn't that bad. I mean, did a homemade silencer on a 22 bolt action, and then did some pretty spectacular shooting with it from standing in a boat. That was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst. I liked it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I would give it a thumb up.
Taking the firing pins out of all his guns anytime he wasn't in possession or like wasn't going to use them. That to me is like, well, stupid.
Yeah, it is better than the show that they have out, the Shooter, that new show. I don't like that.
Oh, yeah,
that one.
That's a TV show. So it's a TV show, which is usually mediocre compared to movies. And that's a TV show based on a movie that wasn't great. It was okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and they got some pretty boy in there too, and I don't know. He isn't believable. I don't know. Marky Mark was all right in it, I guess. He's the only real problem that I have with the most Marky Mark movies. Like I said though, I'll give it a thumb up. One thumb. Just for its entertainment value, I guess.
I'm gonna be the same. I'm gonna give it one thumb, but it's gonna be kind of a little bit of limp thumb, because it's not that it's entertaining. And if it came on and you had nothing else to watch, sure, watch it. At least it's got some guns in it. It's got some good scenes. But yeah, I wouldn't go search it out.
You could be entertained, yeah, I agree for sure. But yeah, like if you run across it, check it out or something like that.
Yeah, if it comes on the free TV channel or something, or you just got nothing else to watch, you know, yeah. Or maybe it's, maybe something you want to show some kids so they'll have some entertainment. I don't think it gets too raunchy or anything, does it?
Yeah, So that was the movie of the day.
I don't give it a ranking. I don't get to judge it. What the hell?
Oh, well, you're back. Well, you were gone. We were just going to pass by and forget about you.
So I'm going to give it also one thumb, except I'm going to give it one thumb that's in a plastic sabo and then shot from a life raft standing with a milk jug as a suppressor.
Okay. Well, that seems like a pretty quiet thumb up.
It's an interesting thumb, but just a thumb nonetheless. Kind of like the movie Shooter. It's an interesting concept, but
yeah, it could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better. I mean, that the idea was there, but some of that stupid idea, but you know, could have been a lot better than it was, but it still wasn't total trash. It's watchable. You have to suspend your disbelief as you do with most movies. So yeah, something to watch while you're doing something else.
Imagine if we wanted to be better at reviewing these movies, we should probably think about them like at the time. Because like Matrix, if you just reviewed it now, not that great. But at the time, it's mind blowing, right?
Oh, I don't know. I think it was pretty good. Like, I mean, I still think it's good because it's got.
But I'm just saying, compared to some of the stuff that's followed, it's you know, loses its luster a little bit when you look back at it. But I don't know if she was necessarily like that. It wasn't all that great at the time either.
But see, that's where the like 2 thumbs up movies come in. You know, like They Live or you know, Red Dawn or something like that. The movies hold up. They're old and they hold up.
Good point.
Still.
All right, so every day we try to come up with a movie. We're running low on movies. We were just doing the schedule out for the next couple of days, and we're running low on movie topics. So anybody that wants to give us suggestions for movies, it's dailygunshow@gmail.com. You can always leave them in the description or something, too. We'll grab them if we see them, but if we miss them or something, then always email us for sure. Let's see, we try to do a gun of the day. So we can think about that, I guess.
We're talking the Browning Buckmark Camper. These are just fun little guns to shoot. They're a lot like the Ruger, little semi-automatic. Just, you know, they're just a nice little plinking gun. There's not a whole lot you can say about them. They use that nice cheap rimfire ammo that's, you know, good for putting holes in tin cans or gophers. I like them better than the Rugers, but I've always liked the Browning 22s. I always thought they were just a really accurate. You know, they've got a neat grip on them. They're comfortable to shoot. They're just, you know, the grip is nice. So yeah, I just think it's a nice little gun, and it's an alternative to a Ruger 1022 because, like, I don't like to be one of those people who's like everybody and their dog, you know. That, like, that's why I won't own a Chevy. Why I won't own a, you know, an AR or, I can't own an AR, but I don't want one. You know what I mean? It's if you want to be a little different, buy something like this instead of a Ruger 1022 or a Ruger pistol.
The Mark series you're talking about?
Mark, yeah.
So there's a Ruger and taken apart, and there's the Buckmark taken apart.
Yeah, Ruger seems to have more parts, eh?
Well, mainly it's this ridiculous gizmo here that you have to, like, rattle into position and hold it upside down and wiggle it all around and figure it out.
Yeah, bite your tongue in between your left side teeth.
Yeah, seriously. And this one, it's pretty straightforward, just a gun.
Yeah, well, you know, Browning's. Yeah, it's a Browning. Even if God didn't have a hand in it, although I'm sure that from up high he was looking down, going, no, less parts, less complicated.
Well, with the Mark II, I think the reason it won over it in the long run is that the top of it doesn't move, where Browning had top moves. So whenever you're going to put optics or sights, even they're moving.
Yeah, but it's a 22 pistol. Optics and sights, I mean, come on. Well, sights are okay, but optics, yeah.
No, that's my guess. I don't know.
I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, that, and, you know, Ruger's just got such, you know, it's just it's become such a big name.
I mean, the Buckmark has a regular mag release. You'd think that would win, and then it doesn't come apart all dumb. Maybe it's just on the first look, the Ruger looks more impressive to people, so they grab it. I don't know, it feels heavier. This one, the Buckmark isn't heavy.
Well, with the Mark IV, they kind of fixed the whole takedown process of the Ruger, so
yeah,
it's really.
I think the Ruger looks more like a Luger. I think, you know, and people have always just been fascinated with Lugers, and yeah.
They're saying in 1982 they started making it, and in 2017 they fixed it.
Yeah, the Mark IV. The Mark IV, they finally got their stuff together, I guess.
You look at how long that Browning 22 semi-auto has been around. I mean, it's been around for years.
Yeah, it looks like it's based on the Luger, but Trauma's saying based on the Nambu. I think that's more accurate if you look inside.
Yeah.
Or that guy even said, I think. Ruger even said, right?
It could be, yeah.
No, I think there was an article or something that he even said base it off the Nambu. But that grip angle.
Yeah.
That grip angle has to be perfect for me, or I'm going to shit talk the gun for the rest of my life.
Well, I've shot both, and I much prefer the Browning. The Rugers are nice. I mean, I'm not saying they're shit or anything. They're a good little pistol, but I just prefer personal preferences the Browning. And I think it made a good gun of the day because, those are the kind of guns that are really fun that you can let a kid shoot. And, it's inexpensive, so you can shoot it all day. And they're just a fun little gun to shoot.
I agree. Good one. All right, I think we're in danger of wrapping it all up. I can go look at the gun history here. There was nothing in the gun history, so I'm looking in plain old history. Today in 1521, Martin Luther is excommunicated from the Roman Catholic Church. Let's see, 1920, the last U.S. troops depart France.
Did we do the wild card topic?
Yeah, it was the history of the Billy Gun Show.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
1924, King Tutankhamun's sarcophagus is uncovered near Luxor, Egypt. 1924. Castro took control of the Cuban army today in 1959. 1977, Apple Computer Incorporated. 1990, Noriega surrendered to the U.S. In 1999, the Mars Polar Lander launched. So I guess it took a while to get there.
Yeah, it never did land. Well, it landed, but not successfully.
Oh. Mel Gibson's born today. That's all we got.
Huh. Well, yeah, so it's not a whole lot. I guess that's it. Boy, we run through that one quick.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
Real quick. Like, it was super quick. Like, what was the cyclic rate of that?
I would think it was enough of a cyclic rate that it ought to be banned. And I think that the NCL put out some kind of a survey. See if
Papa Shaw.
Oh, sorry. Are we interrupting your watering the lawn? What are we doing over there, Jimmy?
Trying a new microphone out, and it's not working well.
Man, it sounds kind of
like a sprinkler, doesn't it?
Like a little kid that had too much coffee playing with a stapler.
Well, it was something to the effect of whiz, bow, bang, all that. So you guys know what that sound means. Time to crack your knuckles, whip out them keyboards, and get ready for the tactical pop quiz.
They can just lay back and close their eyes for this one, right?
No.
Like what?
No. We need your eyes for this one. Your eyes are actually imperative.
And then people on Instagram can play on this one too, I think.
Yeah, if they want, if they can.
They've seen the answer like 5 times if they were paying attention.
Maybe.
Oh, they have. I keep showing them the spreadsheet.
So, all right. So, what is that?
Okay.
Out a little bit from time to time here and there if I need to.
What the hell? It's ugly.
Something that survived a fire?
Could be.
Are you watching the stuff up? Because I guess I can't see this.
I'm watching it. Yeah.
I forgot what the picture looks like, so I don't know what I'm going to be giving away or not. Oh, nope, not that way.
Yeah.
Nope, not that way. We're not going either way. We're going to stay with it.
You're still arguing about 22s.
And I'm paying
Yeah, they're saying 1022 receiver, 1022 receiver, and 1022 receiver, and you're all wrong.
What kind of magwell is that on a Tag 22 receiver? It doesn't make any sense. 1022 receiver doesn't have.
Ruger PC9?
Nope. I don't know.
Close?
Not a
But I don't know
grenade
if we'll
launcher.
get any closer than that.
5-point carbine? Nope. Ruger PC9 several more times, just in case we didn't.
Yeah, but that's it's close, but I don't know if they're gonna get this one.
That's not the answer.
AR-22, 44 deer stacker.
Here's the main huge clue about everybody that was saying that.
PC-40.
What kind of a magazine is that?
We got it.
Carbine.
We got it.
Yeah. Ruger PCC9.
Yes.
Who got it?
Right. Too hottie.
Very good job, too. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's the giveaway right there. That's what's different about it is that the new one, it takes Glock mags. Well, I don't know if the old one did. I don't think it did, but the new one takes Glock mags.
Yeah.
The old one did not take Glock mags. It took Ruger P85 mags.
Yeah. So these ones will take that one or your old Ruger mags. Either
Oh,
one,
it
you can
takes
switch out
either
the mag
one.
one. Yeah, you could take out either one.
Oh, snap. That is Ruger's bringing it.
Yeah.
People said, Ruger, why don't you bring it? And Ruger said, like this? And then they got served.
Drop that on the table.
It's
So
like
200
Ruger took out some cardboard and did their little breakdance wiggle, and the rest of the crowd went to hush. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think Ruger and Glock mags, they're going to sell a ton of those. A ton. You're not even going to get one. It's going to be the hottest thing at SHOT Show.
Yeah. You know what? That just might be. I mean, it's what a lot of people look for. It looks like it doesn't look tactical, but you can still stick those, 33 round Glock mags in it, and yeah, 9mm. It's gonna have no recoil. It's like shooting a 22 rimfire, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, too hottie, because you've been in these things. You've been trying and trying, and you haven't won. Oh, for a long time, if you've even won before. So that makes you the tactical hot shot of the day. And that's about what it's going to get. And that one was a special one just because I know Too Hottie's been trying for a long time. So
By specially means normal and not weird.
Yeah, all deflated.
kind of, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that because he's been trying a long time. I figured I'll give him a good one.
The traditional one.
Yeah, kind of traditional.
In the tradition of Z.
No, like I can't get close to the one Z did. But obviously it took a lot out of him because he's not here anymore. So
Yeah, it's too bad. I like that whoever set up his estate will eventually, occasionally post a picture on Instagram in remembrance of him.
we're hoping, yeah.
All right, so that's the end of the show. It's episode number 477. Tomorrow we'll be here at the same time, midnight Eastern, for episode 478. We'll be talking about entertainment, music, and guns. And then we're supposed to refer to some email. And then we'll be doing a good idea, bad idea, where we fight it out over the topic of carrying a hot load and a short barrel for CCW. And then we're going to take a look at Instagram. Last week, 1,438 people had used the hashtag Daily Gun Show over on the Instagrams. And what we do is we're going to take a look tomorrow at how many more have come in since last week. And then we're going to look at those pictures and we're going to judge them. And we're going to decide which one is the best picture on the Instagram. So if you're interested in being the best photographer on the Instagrams, then be sure to use the hashtag Daily Gun Show. We'll do that along with the gun shop of the day and the gun of the day and a movie of the day and all the other stuff we do every day. And I imagine something will happen between then and now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, tomorrow there will definitely, hell or high water, be an early watch around 9 Eastern.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we have warm-up shows, don't we?
yeah, yeah. Well, I like to say that one is kind of the one that opens up the day, so that doesn't start. That I release the warm up shows into the wild. So anyway, after the early watch, there'll probably be lobby up.
That's like waking up and having a glass of orange juice. It's like nice and refreshing and sweet. It gives you a little bit of energy for the day. Kind of put a kick in your step.
Yeah.
Plus, it'll keep you regular.
I don't know about all that.
Jimmy, if you want, you can take that and use it as a plug for your show.
I might have to. Can we actually run that back one more time so I can hit record?
It'll keep you regular.
Anyway, so yeah, there'll be lobbies sprinkled out throughout the day. And then we have Primetime, Next Generation, Clover Tech at 8 Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, Never Enough Ammo will be having his Guns and Politics chat at 9 Eastern. And then ending the day with us again.
Yeah,
like coming home after a hard day at work, trudging through all those other things, those other podcasts that are like work. They're like homework. And then you get to enjoy the rest of the night with us.
Yeah, there's always going to be a daily gun show.
It's like dessert.
Yeah, or that really fine glass of whiskey you have right at the end of the night before bed.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Jimmy's like that nice fresh cup of orange juice in the morning, get you going. And then we're like that fine whiskey at night. And then no matter what kind of crap you had to deal with all the rest of the day, you can look forward to that time with us at the end of the evening.
We're always here for you.
At least the 29 of you, the 10 of you that bailed, they don't even know. We should do a separate, like, end of the show extra something. Extra added value at the end of the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got it. So let's wrap it up.
This is the best show we've ever done. That just happened?
The shortest? No.
No, I said the best. It could have been close to the shortest. We started at 10, right? We started a little bit after, really.
Yeah, about 10 after, I think. 8 after.
Definitely one of the tightest.
I just mean one of the best quality, like, premium shows that we've done.
Well, I pretty much think they're all like that. At least the ones I'm in.
It can't be over an hour because Instagram's still going. Instagram ditches out after an hour because it's the lightest weight of all the social media platforms.
That's what I said, is that we started about 8 or 10 minutes after, so like late. So yeah, we're about 50 minutes at this point. So yeah, close enough to an hour. Anyway.
Hold on.
What?
Since we got time, Hypo's saying, like, bringing your guns to the gun show just to show them off. That's a thing, though. I know people who bring guns to the gun show to show them off, hang out with people, and ask questions. Hey, I just got this. What does this look like? What does this cartouche mean, or whatever? And yeah, I mean, gun shows does that as well, but that's a thing. I don't want anybody to be shamed.
Yeah.
Bring your guns to the gun show.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Like, you're looking at all these guns and go, wow, how much you want for these? Oh, they're not for sale. I just show them my collection of high powers. Yeah. I've actually thought about doing that as a way to get some of my guns into the States that, they don't allow, is just to say, oh, I'm just bringing them down to show them at a gun show.
The gun show loophole.
Yeah, the gun show loophole for importing Russian, Chinese guns.
There is the lobby show loophole. So if you want to continue the conversation, head over to Gun Channels. There'll be a lobby going that I believe Ives has going this evening. And he runs an exceptionally nice lobby. And I believe Gavin and Flippy were over there last I saw. Been the place warm for everybody and the fire going. So if you're having troubles with the snows or with the colds, then head over to Gun Channels. It's nice and warm.
Yeah. Plus, it's, better than going outside and dealing with the cold. I try to go outside as little as possible right now. So, yeah, let's wrap it up. We have a nice, fairly short quote today, but it's by Lucius Seneca. If you don't know him, he was one of the leaders in the Indian Wars. So, look him up. A bit of history that's very important.
Why do you keep saying that, Bob? I don't think that's the Seneca you're thinking of.
Yeah, it is.
No, Lucius, whatever Seneca is like olden Roman days or something.
No.
Yeah, Seneca the Younger.
All right, so wrong Seneca.
He's like the inventor of logic or something.
Ah, really?
Latin literature, humorist in Silver Age of Latin literature.
Hmm.
4 BC to 65 AD.
All right, well, I guess even I can.
The Roman Stoic philosopher, statesman, dramatist. I've heard people I respect that say that his writings are some of the best stuff to read if you want to learn about true Stoicism, self-reliance.
Well, I guess even I can be wrong once in a while.
Usually.
Occasionally. Anyway, all right, so this is a Roman senator, not the guy I was thinking of.
There is a Seneca, warlord or chief.
Yes.
Or
Yeah. And I have quoted him. He's the one about swords or something. Sabers. Yeah, anyway. So anyway, let's get on with the quote. Before that, though, I'd just like mind everybody, please like, share, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. If you can, support us on Patreon, because, hey, we need all the help we can get. Obviously, I don't read enough. So, with this quote, we will finish up. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Makes sense. Thanks, everybody, for watching and listening, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Don't seek out those trials, but don't fear them either.